Hello everybody, it's Father Richard Gonzalez here. Holy Week is definitely a very sacred time of the year, for it is the week that we proclaim with great dignity our commemoration as a universal church of the last week of Jesus' life on earth as man. The week begins with Palm Sunday, Passion Sunday, with readings of the Mass that actually conflict with each other, with their themes of peace, redemption, hope, and inhuman savageness. As we pray at the Stations of the Cross on the previous Fridays of the Lenten season, Palm Sunday's Gospel underscores the brutality of what Jesus experienced in fulfilling his sacred mission. And towards the end of the week, we enter the 3-day liturgy of the Holy Triduum, which is collectively one full liturgical account of Jesus' focus of his mission towards his passion, death, and resurrection. Palm Sunday, Passion Sunday, marks Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. Palm fronds, or branches, are decorated throughout the church and blessed within the liturgy to be given to the faithful. Palms symbolize Jesus as a victorious king, and the gospel is proclaimed by 3 people to stress how harshly his accusers scorned and taunted him, how Jesus was viciously whipped to the point of his flesh being torn open, how he was forced to wear regal clothing over his bloodied and lacerated body in order to be mocked, and the fabric was viciously torn from his body, ripping away any remainders of skin, before he was to carry his cross barefooted over rocky streets towards the hill of his execution. As we're slowly coming to the end of Holy Week, on Thursday, we begin the Holy Triduum, which is a 3-day liturgy before Easter Sunday. And although this is a span of 3 days, the liturgies are perceived as one epic liturgical journey. On Holy Thursday, we celebrate the Mass of the Lord's Supper, of which he shared with his apostles during the night of his betrayal and arrest. Within the Mass, the priest washes the feet of 12 people, signifying the call of all disciples to serve as Christ himself served. The end of the Mass signifies the arrest and imprisonment of Jesus. The Blessed Sacrament, therefore, is transferred to another tabernacle and another section of the church, away from the sanctuary, and items around the altar are removed. And this is a stark and barren sight, which signifies the emptiness of our own lives without Jesus. As the priest and the altar servers recess from the sanctuary in silence, adoration to the Blessed Sacrament begins and concludes at midnight before the secondary tabernacle. And this area is known as the chapel or the altar of repose. It is during this time that spiritually we are in the Garden of Gethsemane with Jesus. As he is waiting for his arrest, we are in prayer along with Jesus. For as he disappointingly said to the sleeping apostles, "So you could not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Watch and pray, that you may not undergo the test." Adoration is an encounter of grace as we are before the true presence of Christ. Our absence is a missed opportunity of grace to strengthen our soul. Good Friday commemorates the day of the crucifixion and death of our Lord Jesus Christ. In the middle of the liturgy, the deacon carries a large linen-covered cross into the church. As the cross is slowly unwrapped, the deacon chants, "Behold the wood of the cross, on which hung the salvation of the world." After the unwrapping, the clergy and the faithful approach and kiss the cross. At this point in the liturgy, spiritually, we have climbed together the hill of Calvary, Golgotha, to approach the crucified Lord, who is hanging upon his blood-drenched cross. We are present with Mother Mary and those with her. We kiss the cross of her Son to show reverence for the sacrifice he has made for us and for the whole world. After weeks of fasting and sacrifice throughout the Lenten season, we are escorted toward the highest point of the church liturgical year, the Easter Vigil, the feast of Christ's resurrection. For as St. Paul proclaimed, if Christ has not been raised, your faith is in vain. But the credo of which we proclaim every Sunday to each other and to the rest of the world, together we proclaim what Paul himself had said: Christ has been raised from the dead, the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep. So the Church at the Easter Vigil energetically rejoices. Through the victory of the cross, Christ gained for us our eternal salvation. And so it is truly fitting that in the chorus of Alleluias at the Easter Vigil, adults who have been preparing for the sacraments of initiation into the Catholic Church receive them. And sometimes there's also a little wedding. So it truly is a night of celebration for life. My brothers and sisters, those who take the opportunity to delve wholeheartedly into the message of the Lenten season, Palm Sunday, and the Holy Triduum, receive a blessing that can change them forever. And this is especially so with the Holy Triduum, which is at the heart, the hallmark of the Easter season. For the Triduum is an intense immersion in the fundamental reasons, the fundamental mystery of what it means to be Christian. During Holy Week, we suffer with Christ so that we might rise with him at his glorious resurrection. During Holy Week, we clear our schedules of unnecessary activities. Our minds and hearts should be fixed on Jesus and what he did for us. So let us carry the cross so that we may be worthy of wearing the crown of victory that he wore. So may God bless you today, tomorrow, and always, and I'll see you real soon. If you enjoyed this YouTube video, consider giving it a thumbs up like, subscribing to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and hitting the notification bell and the all tab so you are notified of all future videos on my YouTube channel.